What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another danchro video. Now, we talked the other day about Growth Quest, and we haven't really done a deep dive into this, and I know a lot of people are very, interested, or, if nothing else, apprehensive about this, because there's a couple things that are kind of evident by this, and that's not everyone out there is going to be able to do this right away. And I want to kind of help you guys along, because this is kind of a daunting thing. But it doesn't have to be. There's one kind of open-ended weird thing about this that I think I discovered. I'll have to go double check that and look. But let's jump in and let's do this, okay? So we're going to start with Growth Quest number 1. And this is going to be the quote-unquote easiest one to handle. So if we go ahead and go into the entry conditions first and foremost. Number 1, cannot include adventurers or assists that have already cleared the party, which basically means if an adventurer or an assist has kind of already taken part in this, they will not be able to take it on again. So, condition number 2 is only adventurers or assists with awakening 5 or higher can be included, and your party must only include 1 unit. Now, if we kind of go over here to quest number 2, you'll see here entry conditions for quest number 2, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Same basic thing. Cannot include anybody that's already beaten this, but must include 2 units. And then when we get down here to quest number 3, basically the same thing, but must include 3 units. And that's why these next ones are going to be much more difficult and much more daunting. We'll get to those. I have a plan for each one, but we'll kind of cover that as, that progresses. As you can see, I haven't even touched Growth Quest number 2 or Growth Quest number 3 yet, and there's a reason for that. But most people are going to be kind of trying to take on Growth Quest number 1 right now, and that's the one I think that most people are going to find very interesting. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Now, the first time that I did this, I kind of squandered an opportunity here. But I noticed something. First time I did this, I actually did it with this exact team. Now, let's go ahead and change out Harmonia for a second here. So let's just throw anybody on here. I'll just throw the new Artemis on here for, defecatory ha-has. Notice that set off is now kind of blocked off. I can't do it, right? I can't do it for one very good reason, and that is Artemis is not max limit broken. Every unit that takes this on has to be MLB. So let's go back to Harmonia. Harmonia is MLB, as is my Leafia assist. If I swap out Leafia, let's go ahead and swap her to, let's say, Eyes, whatever. Now, I cannot take it on. Set off will not work. So let's go ahead and swap back over to Leafia. But we do have another player here, and we'll get to him eventually. But we have a new free-to-play Bell. Unfortunately, he's not a great fit for this team, but we'll come up with a good team for him soon enough. Now, Bell is completely free-to-play. You can acquire him. In fact, I did mine literally day 2 of the current event. The current event is so easy and so quick to farm. You have no reason not to already have this guy max limit broken. In fact, you can see I already do, and I'm usually the last one to have these because I'm so lazy about farming. It is so easy to acquire him. Go check the box gotcha video I dropped the other day on him. But yeah, he's there. He's completely there. In fact, I've got him, should have him at level 70. Apparently he's not level 70, but that was my goal. But boom, there he goes, level 70. And I've got a plan for him, and we'll cover him shortly. We'll do a whole showcase and everything on him. But I think a better partner for this particular circumstance is going to be Leafia. I think she's just a better unit all the way around. Now, you do have to meet a recommended power. If you do not, this becomes incredibly difficult. And I've tried running this with units that were slightly underpowered, and when I tell you it becomes incredibly difficult, it becomes incredibly difficult. Nigh impossible, dare I say. Because if you're not familiar, this is essentially a boss rush type of scenario. So, the reason that I originally ran this team is because I wanted a team that I knew was strong enough to kind of auto-run this and go in and partake in this particular adventure. But since I ran this team, I actually ran another team, and I noticed something. Let's go back out here. Now, I haven't tried this yet out, but If we go to entry conditions, and this is the loophole I was talking about there, cannot include adventures or assists that have already cleared the party. Now, I've already cleared those with Harmonia. So I think there's a loophole here. Let's go back into prepare to attack. With my first attempt at this, I actually didn't use Leafia. I actually used Hermes here. And right at the moment, it's still letting me do this. So either there's kind of a glitch in the game or something like that, where if you use a different assist or something like that, you can clear it. Or currently there's a glitch in the game where if you clear it with another team, I had to do a little more testing to figure out which one it is, but it's one of the two. If you clear it with another team, potentially you can even run this again. So, for those of you looking to farm this, there's your loophole. Get on that before they sew that loophole shut, because it's not one I think they're going to leave open, because if you've seen the rewards for this, the rewards are amazing. So, yeah, it's going to let me go in here. Let's go ahead and set off, and let's talk about this, because I've only auto-run this. I've not done an actual, like, legitimate attempt at this, and I think it'd be fun to just do this manually, frankly. So we've got this opponent right here, and it's not, dare I say, a tough opponent, but, you know, it is what it is. The nice thing about Harmonia is her skill 2 allows makes your opponent take more damage, so we can just kind of circle around him here. He will spawn more like small level mobs, but I'm not super worried about it. So now I've got my special attack. I can drop this here. That'll give us a good bit of healing, and then we can just kind of do this and oops, let's not take unnecessary damage. Nice part is she's got enough range. She can just take pot shots at him from outside his area of influence. And dude is done. He is already done. Now, the ants, I do not like. I do not like the ants. Their ability to stun and all that really disrupts your whole flow. I'm going to go ahead and do this heal attack here. Ooh, let's get out of there. Oh, okay. No. We're gonna stop that right now. And I'll go ahead and drop this here. And drop that here. And I actually have Leafia back. Oh, I should have saved her for the next run. Ah, he's done. That's cool. We're moving on. We'll just kind of continue on down the path here. Harmonia has made this an absolute breeze. So I think when it comes to battle number 2, she is going to be phenomenal. Let's go ahead and do this here. I do not like this opponent, but he's, I think, second to last. Let's go ahead and just do a... Remember, she heals and she does damage there. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's something. It's at least something. There we go. So our opponents really aren't that, dare I say, difficult. It's not a daunting task, but it also helps that my Harmonia is, level 80, whereas I have tried this with the level 70, and it is a whole other ball game with level 70. Ooh, I didn't hold that down for the heals, but hey, croaked anyway. Well, I didn't think it would be that easy. Good grief. Here we go. There's a reason I was able to auto-run this the first time, I guess. All right, so we got the Minotaur, and I think the Minotaur is the last one, if I recollect. There we go. I've only run this like one other time. And it was right after it dropped, so that be what it be. Let's go ahead and just do... Go, girl. Get out of there. All right, we'll hit him with this, make him take a little bit of unnecessary damage. Oh, we won't do that to ourselves, though. And... Ow! Rude! I mean, I get it's his job, but rude still. Okay. Ah, he left. Oh, get out of there. Girl! I'm going to need you to not, okay? Let's go ahead and do this now. Oh, I thought that'd take him out. Whatevs. He's done there. Yeah, I didn't mess around. I was playing around with him there at the end. Whatever. Argue with me in the comments. At no point was he an existential threat. But check out those rewards. Those are great. When I tell you to farm this, I mean y'all need to be farming this, for goodness sakes. So we can find out real quickly where the loophole lies. Because once I go out here, and whenever it decides to load. So we'll go back into Growth Quest 1. I have the same team, and you notice that now it is blanked out. I cannot use this team again. But let's swap out Leafia for, just for the sake of silliness, let's grab that free-to-play Bell, because I know I've not cleared it with him. Okay, it still will not let me do it. However, if I grab another unit here, and I clear this, I'm not sure how I want to clear it with. You know what? Let's just grab her. What the heck? And I clear it again. Let's just see what happens here. I'm going to just do a quick clear of this, and I'll be back to see if that loophole is still a thing. So we literally just beat this with Bell and Eyes. I know Bell's not the right choice for this, but it is what it is. If the honestly, if the loophole is still open, it won't matter. We can use Bell again. If not, I might have messed up and Bell's maybe not usable here, but we'll use them in level 2. Either way, let's see what happens here. I realized that after I went in. So let's go ahead and go back to prepare for attack. And let's swap everyone out here. Let's go back to Harmonia. Okay, will not let me use this because Bell is here. So let's go ahead and swap back into Leafia and see if this is still a thing. Okay, it will not. So weird. So I'm not sure where. Maybe it's a daily thing. Maybe you could still run it on the daily with a team. I'm not 100% certain where that where the difference lies. Honestly, let's grab Hermes. Okay, so maybe it's a daily thing. Maybe because it is under the daily quests. So maybe you can only use one team a day to beat it. That might be the limitations. It's not. I mean. So in fairness, in total fairness, it is under the daily quests. So perhaps that's the difference. You can only use the same team once a day is probably what's going on there. But still, I would farm this every day. I would farm this with as many teams as you can every single day and get those rewards. Now, we will cover Growth Quest 2 and Growth Quest 3 coming up here shortly because these rewards are like super worth it, right? Like, look at what's dropping here. These items are just going to be so mandatory for the upcoming quests and events. I know not a lot of people have the third ability board opened up, but once you have that opened up on one unit, you are going to want to max that like instantly. I can't snap because that. But you are really going to want to partake in that. So, let me know what you guys thought of this. Like, comment, share. We'll come back and try Growth Quest 1 again, and we'll drop a whole deep dive on Growth Quest 2. But yes, you do have to have a maximum broken unit, but utilize that Bell. So, and we got to come back and talk about him shortly. So, see you guys again real soon, hopefully.